Bonjour, bonjour, comment ça va? Je suis comme those that are in Hoodoo, so as me, I am Queen Cole, the Hoodoo Queen of the Imperial Court of Milner Meadows de la Pound, owner of Commodores Conjure, the creators and founders of the annual Hoodoo Queen Conjure Fest, which you can still get your early bird tickets. Because of so many people going to the website, the bandwidth has exceeded time and time again. I'm just going to have to invest in the business and get unlimited bandwidth. It's the only option that I have at this point. So we won't have that issue anymore. But early bird tickets will be available through this Saturday. through this Saturday. So make sure that you go to thehoodooqueen.com and get your early bird tickets for the Hoodoo Queen Conjure Fest. My babies, listen up. Once after this Saturday, ticket prices are going up. I'm not extending the sales. I did that last year and really messed myself up. I'm not extending the sales. The sales go through, I believe, all the way through the whole February, and I think it ends March 1st or March 4th, something along those lines. So just keep that in mind. I am also the proud owner of Conjure South. Bienvenue at Conjure South, 2353 Airport Boulevard here in Mobile, Alabama. And so, bonjour, comment ça va? Comment allez-vous, mademoiselle? I am just excited. I'm ecstatic. Happy New Year, everybody. Blessed New Year. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and go in on y'all. Hashtag woke, hashtag conscious people. It's not the New Year. New Year's actually in spring. Look, baby, I understand that. I get it. However, as Americans, as being in America, as for the rest of the world recognizing this being a holiday, happy damn New Year, okay? So happy New Year. Make it blessed, make it incredible, make it everything that you want it to be. Before we get into these New Year, readings, I really want to encourage each of you. This would be like some of my biggest things that I really want you to go away with in 2020 or moving forward into 2020. Make sure every day, okay? Oh, merci. Make sure every day that you wake up, you literally are putting forth effort towards your ideal reality, towards your ideal desires. Make sure that you are doing that. My phone is sort of messing up. Hold on one second. Alrighty, it's charging. So I was just making sure that it wasn't acting up somehow or another. So anyways, make sure that in this 2020 that each and every day that you breathe, each and every day that you can step foot on the ground beneath you, even if you cannot walk, every single day you need to be doing something that is getting you one step closer to your ideal reality, your ideal desire, whatever that blessing is that you're trying to get, that long haul, that life of abundance, that life of opulence, that life of financial freedom and wisdom and knowledge and the ability to manage. Do something each and every day towards that goal. 2, invest in your health. Period. Invest in your health. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, go right ahead and become plant-based because that's what I'm doing. First and foremost, I want to just go ahead and make this very clear to everybody. Grandmama them, they were not plant-based eaters. The ancestors in Africa aren't plant-based eaters. If you go to Africa right now, they're eating goat, they're eating chicken, they're eating the cattle and things of which they have. I'm not saying that that's what we have to do now, but what I am saying is I don't care if you're plant-based, if you're a carnivore, whatever the situation you want, you can be a dinosaur, okay? You need to invest in your health. Because without this physical vehicle, you cannot get to those ideal desires, those spaces of abundance, that space of ideal love or whatever the situation may be, okay? I just want to really encourage you, invest in your health. Become active. Become active. Drink tons of water. If you're going to be plant-based, be plant-based. If you want to be, you know, just fish, do just fish. If you want to be full meat, do full meat. But I will tell you this. The difference in between what grandma, grandpapa, them had versus what we have now is the meats in which they were eating were literally off the land when the earth was not so toxic. Now, mind you, the rain that comes out of the sky is coming from polluted air, which goes into the ground. So even the plants we eat today, as plant-based eaters, aren't as healthy as we would have been 50 years ago, 60 years ago, 70 years ago, regarding plant-based eating even. Today, the meats are definitely injected with ABCs, MSNs, BETs, EBTs, CBS, MMG, Universal Studios, all kinds of situations. And so I understand the importance and the urge to become more plant-based. I do. However, in the same token, my point is become more invested in your physical ability. The last thing I want to tell you to do is live. Live, live, live. Okay? Live. Life is too short. In the past 30 days, I've lost two very important people in my life. Okay? And there's some other things besides live I'm going to get into in another video. But live. You need to live. Every day that you wake up, don't let nobody penetrate your peace. Don't let nobody have the power to disrupt your focus. Nobody. Don't let anybody be able to come through and shake up your happiness. Absolutely not. Okay? So I just really want to be very clear on living. Every day, make sure it's happy no matter what. When you leave this earth, leave it happy. If that's you walking around dressed like a damn flamingo, then baby, cluck and buck on. I'm not gonna judge you in your face. But that's not the point. The point is live. Live, live, live. Okay? Yes, indeed, you shall not pass. Vous ne passez pas. You shall not pass. Okay, so anyways, I thank everybody for coming in this evening. This is your free New Year 2020 Zodiac reading. I'm going to start with Capricorn, go through. I just want to write these quick Zodiacs down so I don't skip and miss and everything, and y'all be ready to beat me up. I'll fight. Trust me, I'll fight. Okay? Alright, so I also want to encourage you too. Tonight I'm going to really go into each zodiac. I'm going to tell you 4 things. Put these 4 particular things into spring, summer, winter, and fall. Almost in seasonal aspects. If you are interested in getting an personal 2020 reading, not a zodiac reading, but a personal 2020 full year forecast reading, from season to season to season to season, start of the season, middle of the season, end of the season, things to look out for, things not to look out for, things to do, when you should probably do work, when you shouldn't do work, all of that stuff. You can actually make that purchase with me. If you go to thehoodooqueen.com, you can find your 2020 year readings. To do a 2020 year reading with me comes with a 2020 like conjure kit, like your kit to get 2020 going with your blessings, road opener, cleansings, the whole nine is really, really nice. So that's that. And also too, I want to say before we get into the readings, merci beaucoup to everyone. Event was here to everyone that participated in the elevation ceremony for Lady Tess and the pouring of libations. Thank you so very much for attending, facilitating, leading, just being a part of was huge and is huge, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It was very moving, it was so touching, but it was also so needed. I'll do a video probably on that as well. Traditionally in our traditions, in many traditions, there are particular things you do when people transition. In Hoodoo, straight up, there are things that we do when people die. The Gullah Geechees do something a little bit differently than we do down here in Alabama. But we all had different death rites. And then religiously, like in Voodoo and Ifa, there are particular things that we do as well. So I want to touch base on that on a video. And there's some other things that I want to also discuss and touch on as well. But I want to say thank you so very much for your participation and love. Also to thank you for your patience. Again, these past I believe, I'm certain you did. I mean, quite sad. However, I want to tell everybody to thank you for your patience with me. Thank you for your patience with Comodo's Conjure, getting at the products, getting out, me getting into these emails. I mean, literally, last 30 days, 2 deaths. One of those deaths, I had to facilitate ceremonies, a space for that, for people to come in and all of these things, and still things to do. There's a reason why these mirrors will be covered for a particular amount of time. So anyways, I'm going to start with Capricorn. And I want to go ahead and get into this because with me doing 4 cards each, I'm going to try to keep things moving. I don't want this to be a 3-hour-long video. So again, I want to encourage you, if you want a personal 2020 full-year forecast with the 2020 Conjure Kit to help you get through it, glow through it, grow through it, then go to thehoodooqueen.com and make your purchase. I will be sending out emails the rest of this week, and I'll probably start those readings next week because all of those readings are an hour long. So I know this week I'm not prepared to do that just yet. The funeral is on Saturday, and so I need to get through that. And once that is done, I readjust myself and get the reading starting next week. So, Capricorns, here are things that you need to look out for. Starting out, the very first thing that you need to focus on is the card of She. The card of She tells us that you need to be invested in yourself. Starting in the spring, even if it's not now. And honestly, I understand, like I mentioned earlier, I understand that New Year is an American celebrated situation, but I also understand that the start of the year is spring. So this is why I'm going spring, summer, fall, winter. But you can carry this throughout any season, but keep this in mind specifically with these seasons. Spring, Really focusing on you, investing in you, understanding the value of you, self-worth, self-worth. Summer, you get the card of the coin reverse. The card of card of the coin reverse. I'm gonna write this down because I'm interested to see how this comes about for each of you. As the year goes by, and I hear things. Summer is the coin reverse. Summer, with the coin being reversed, we're looking at spaces that are lacking investment. Whether that is financial issues and problems, or if that is actual getting into this space of investment, the lack of investment. So let me make this very clear. If this is saying that you may run into money issues in the summer in 2020, what should you be doing? Securing your bag in the spring, so when summer comes up and these unexpected bills come, you got a good cushion. You just relaxing. I saw this. Queen said this was gonna happen, but I'm good. I got my rainy day fund ready, baby. Okay, ready. So it's not about what negative is going to come and oh my gosh, I ain't trying to hear that. No, when you get a forecast, this is the future. So it hasn't happened yet. So you can prepare for particular things. Now let's get into the space of being not invested. In the summer, you may become uninvested in projects, people, whatever those circumstances and situations are. Assess why you have become uninterested and uninvested in these people or circumstances, and if that is actually warranted. Okay? Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. In the fall, you get the card of Heart's Desire reverse. So, what that tells me is I need something to write on. What that tells me is in the fall, there are going to be some things, say for example, right now, you've already started planting seeds. In the spring, I'm going to do this. In the summer, I'm going to do this. In the fall, I'm going to do this. Well, whatever it is you want to do in the fall, there's going to be delays there. There's going to be setbacks there. There's going to be things that are going to sort of get in the way of what you want to do. So what I want to encourage you to do is focus less on what you want to do in the fall and focus on what you need to do in the fall. So for example, you say, well, in the fall, I want to make sure that I get me a car no matter what. Well, that may be what you want to do, but what you need to do is make sure that your credit is in the correct space so that you can get a car with low interest rates and all these other issues and problems. But that may mean that you get your car in the spring of 2021 and not the fall of 2020. Okay? So make sure that you understand that in the fall, you need to really focus on what it is you need to be doing. And understand when you do what you need, you will have what you want. It's like I do my readings. I tell people, you come to me, I'm going to give you what you need so you can have what you want. I'm not going to give you what you want and you lack what you the wisdom and knowledge you actually need. This candle is acting a donkey. And this other one's probably going to start acting a donkey too. But it's okay. Last but not least, Capricorns. You get the card of No Reverse. The card of No Reverse said that next year, next winter, or the later part of your 2020 is going to be looking up. This is when you're going to really see some positive shifts, some positive changes, a lot of positive growth, a lot of great abundance coming in. And that's what the 2020 for my Capricorns look like. Of invest in yourself. Understand your worth, understand your value, understand what you deserve. There are going to be things where you become uninvested or you may have money issues coming up towards the summer. So start saving and securing your bag now. Then you need to be focusing on what you need and not what you want through this 2020. Not what you want to do, but what you need to do in 2020. Again, a lot of people want stuff. But what my daddy told me, what my papa told me in the 7th grade was, it don't matter how much money you have if your credit ain't in order. So get your credit in order so you can get a car, get a house. If there's a man out there that's watching, so that you can finance that ring for your wife if that's what it is. Making sure that you do have a savings account and not just checkings account. So make sure that you are budgeting correctly and all of those things. It's about what you need. But then really understand that, understanding that your winter is where things are going to really turn around for you and bless you in the way that you know that you are worth. It's funny because everything that you know that you're worth and deserving of having, you're going to see that towards the end of the year. Okay, that's for my Capricorns. So I thank y'all so much. And again, I like to encourage everybody to watch all of the zodiac, because you're not just made up of one zodiac sign. You're made up of many zodiac signs. And so if you know what those zodiac signs are, you can understand how this can apply to your life in the multiple aspects of how you need to maneuver within each season. Aquarius. Aquarius, you start off with the Viper reverse. The Viper reverse tells us that at the start of your year, you're going to willingly walk and step into circumstances, situations, ideas, and meet people that don't mean you no good, that's very aggressive, but you're willingly walking into this fire. So understand that if you get burned, that is completely something that you have to be accountable for. Okay? So when this comes up, what I will tell you is this. Coming this spring, if you see red flags, if you see trouble, if you see harm, go the opposite way. Don't be so foolish to think that you were so divinely protected that you can't be hurt. You may be hurt, you may not be killed, but you can still be hurt. Okay? I'm the kind of person like this. If I see that you're going to harm, then I exit stage left. I don't let you harm me so that I have to attempt to heal me. So when you see hurt, you see harm, go the opposite direction, go around, find another situation. Don't think that these particular people, circumstances, situations, ideologies, or whatever are the only answers that you have. You got other resources. It may take a little bit more work, but it'll be worth it for you not to be hurt or harmed. And when I say hurt and harm, that could be financially, that could be personally, professionally, romantically, spiritually, a variety of things. But you need to just be aware. Don't be so blind walking into the spring thinking that you are untouchable. Your peacemaking be unshakable, but that doesn't mean that you still cannot be touched. Moving on, you get the card of the crucifix reverse. The card of the crucifix reverse speaks that in the summer there's going to be some insecurities. There are going to be some anxiety. There's going to be some stress. There's going to be some doubts. There's going to be worries. And that makes sense if you've gotten yourself in a situation where you got harmed and now you're trying to heal and now you're doubtful, you're sort of stepping back in those things. That's not how it goes down, my baby, okay? That's not how it works. You have to remain faithful. Know who you are and whose you are. Know what you're capable of and utilize the resources around you to get things done if need be and have faith in those things. Don't dwell. Don't continue to obsess over particular things, becoming paranoid, becoming with high tension and stress. No. So it's important that you have a very strong hold on your faith moving into the summer. Okay? Moving forward into the summer, your faith will be tried. Show them that they shall not win, whatever those situations may be. Okay? Moving on. Then we get two flowers. Deux fleurs, two flowers in the fall. That tells us that new relationships, and these could be romantic relationships, these could be business relationships, these could be spiritual relationships, meeting a spiritual father, a mentor, a leader, or whatever. But in the fall, it shows that space of relationship coming, a new relationship coming, new relationships being built. Let me make this clear. It is one thing to be introduced and to start a new relationship. It is another thing to sustain and keep that relationship. So make sure you know the value of the relationships that are being formed, and also making sure that you know what it takes to keep feeding that relationship if it's a positive relationship that you are finding. In the winter, you get the card of the Scorpion reverse. The card of the Scorpion reverse tells us that you, and let me show you these. I'm so sorry because I flipped them and started reading. I do apologize because again, I don't want to hold everybody up here all evening. The Scorpion reverse tells us that you are going to be, you're not going to be as prepared as you need to be in the winter. It says that things are going to arrive, opportunities may arrive where you don't seem to be necessarily prepared. You need to make sure that you are completely prepared. So as I can say all evening, well, merci. So understand that in the winter that you need to be ready. Blessings are going to show up for you in the winter. Great, wonderful things are going to show up in the winter. But if you are not ready, if you ain't ready for the blessings, you won't keep your blessings. You may get your blessings. You may succeed at them, but you won't retain them. And that's a problem, okay? Pisces. All right. The very first card is the card of the boat. The card of the boat is the card that tells us that you're going to start off moving with growth, great transition, great plans. Your spring moving into this new year is going to grow in a positive direction moving forward. The glow up is real for you, my Pisces, as the year starts. Moving in the summer, you get the coin upright. Hold on, somebody gave me a situation here. Please. There may be, I'm glad you mentioned that. We actually do have some extra Hydron oil, Queen Moon's Hydron oil. They are not online. I have not put them online, but they are in the store, the extras. I may put them online, but I can't promise. So moving on to the Pisces. Pisces, you get the card of the coin. And I do apologize for this as well. I would like to talk to you all, but again, it is New Year's. There are some spiritual things that I got to do. And so, I don't want to get too distracted because y'all know I'll get going. You get the card of the coin. The card of the coin for you, my Pisces, is the card of being invested in, but also positive financial ability, positive financial freedom, positive financial wisdom, knowledge, management. In the summer, it's going to come for you. It's yours. Like, money is going to be yours. Investment is going to be yours. You will have the ability to even invest in other things. And it's a really good idea in the summer that you do invest in things, whether that is financially, personally, on a spiritual level, that you need to invest. Fall, you get the card of the dice reversed. The card of the dice reversed is a card that tells us in the fall, don't take risks, don't take chances. Don't take risks and don't take chances, okay? Don't take risks and don't take chances. So there are going to be maybe some opportunities that present themselves, some things that look really nice and really kind and really strong and really beautiful. Don't risk it. Don't risk it. Do not risk it. Do not risk it. Do not risk it. Keep it safe. Keep doing what you're doing. Play smart and not hard, okay? In the winter, you get the crab reversed. Pisces, y'all gonna have a good doggone year. You get the crab reversed. This is the card of generosity. This is the card of having so much abundance and wealth that you are literally having to give it away. I mean, that's what it is. There's nothing else that I can say about this. So, très bien, très bon, Pisces. Y'all gonna have a wonderful year. Really, really good, strong year. The fall for you, though, you need to just make sure that you're not taking any risk, and however that may come. So congratulations, my Pisces. All right. So Aries, do you have any Aries watching this evening? If you're an Aries, I want to see you hit the like button. Aries, Aries, Aries. Bonjour, Georgia, bonjour. Aries, Aries, Aries. The very first card you get is the card of Geddes hat. Geddes hat says that moving into the spring, you really need to be focusing on your ancestors. Really feeding those ancestor guidance, getting more into your spiritual path, really putting more of the spiritual work in, really communicating, really investing in your ancestors, really putting in the work to identify and connect to who they are, what they did, what they do, how they did it, who they are, to the best of your ability, feeding them, giving time to them, asking for their guidance and their protection, is how you have to start your year. And I see why later on. Things are going to become confusing within the summer. You get the card of Poppy. So if you don't have that ancestral guidance, then you're going to have that confusion, okay? You have to make sure that you are feeding those ancestors so that you have that guidance. But the summer shows confusion. So it shows things that may not be quite fair, things that don't even seem to make sense, things that are very disoriented, quite distracting. Fall, you get the card of Maudit. Maudit is the card, unfortunately, that in French it means curse. I'm not going to say that your fall is cursed, but what I will tell you is this. Multiple aspects of your life will seem to be tied up. There's obstacles, there's delays. You're going to feel that you cannot get out. Again, this has not happened yet. So you need to make sure that you know what to do. If I'm telling you the fall is going to be rough for you to the point that you're going to question that you may maudit, say that you're cursed. If things get that bad in the fall, then what you need to do is in the summer, you need to go ahead and be doing protection work and repelling work so that you are not affected when these things begin to come. Make sure this spring you sow those spiritual seeds so you don't have to worry about any other stuff. All right? In the winter you get the card of the crown. So once again, we're going to have a good winter. The winter brings about the crown, the crown, the crown. This card tells us that to whom much is given, much is expected and required. So this literally tells us that the things, the blessings that you want to have, that you was hoping come through the fall, they gonna come through in the winter. And when they come through in the winter, you will be ready. This tells me you're gonna do what you need to do in order to get things done, to make sure your stuff is in order, so that you get exactly what it is you know you're deserving and worthy of having. So things may get rough in the fall, but you ain't got nothing to worry about. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Happy New Year. Bon année. Alright. Taurus. If there's any Tauruses that are watching at this moment, please hit that like button. There ain't no Tauruses here tonight? Alright. I'm going to still give you your reading anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. Taurus, you get the card of the arrow pointing down for the spring. The arrow pointing down for the spring is a negation. This particular card tells us that in the spring there are going to be some disagreements. In the spring there are going to be things that you may want to do that you shouldn't do. So if you are questioning, should I move in the spring? The answer is no. Okay? The answer is no. If it's a question of should I propose to this person in the spring, the answer is no. The answer is no for you in the spring. Bottom line, there's disagreements. C'est discord, it's discord, it's misunderstanding. The spring is just a space of no. But let me explain to you something about the word no and how powerful it is. Saying yes to life allows you to experience many lives, many worlds. But saying no in life allows you to structure the reality that you desire. So in the spring, you're going to be structuring what you want. In the summer, you get the card of He. The card of He is the card of providing. In the summer, this means that you are going to be the provider, tapping into that divine masculine, pulling from that space of divine masculinity and understanding that there are going to be people, circumstances, ideas, situations, places, environments, events that are going to be depending on you. So it is your job to be able to completely to provide for them. Okay? So in the summer, you are going to be the provider. It means you're going to be working, my baby. You're going to be working. You're going to be working good, and you're going to be working long, but you'll be working strong so that you can provide, and you will provide as you need to, so that will not be a problem. In the fall, we have the egg reversed. The egg reverse is a card that tells us that, I mean, it's like my camera has become like greasy or something. Like, as I've been, like, the first cards I showed were really clear, but now they're like really blurry. You see that? But I know what's in this space that has to be taken care of, so it's a whole nother day. A whole nother day, another time. But moving along, we get the card of the egg reverse. The card of the egg reverse tells us that things that you had healed from, things that you had got out of your system, will return. Okay? What this tells me is that you are probably going to hit a space in your fall that really like is a low blow kind of deal, a really big heavy punch to the stomach that really just that really the thing about the egg in reverse, it brings up things that you've already healed from, things that you. So for example, you can almost say in the fall, expect for old problems to come back up. These old problems, you're going to have to go through and grow through again. What I'm hearing right now is this. There are repeated cycles that you have every single fall. Every fall, you have this same cycle. This same person come up, the same opportunity come up. You don't go through the opportunity, whatever it is. But it is the same thing every fall. At a certain point, my dear, either you have to learn or you're going to be taken from this space because you're not learning. This fall, whatever that thing that comes up again, grow from it, learn from it, and be done with it. Okay? Grow from it, learn from it, but be done with it. We have to end this cycle. There's a cycle that's going to return. We have to start a new cycle, a more positive cycle, but not this negative BS. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. The winter, you get the card of the dandelion reverse. Excuse me. So the dandelion reverse is a card that tells us that in the winter, there's going to be a sense of new life. There's going to be a sense of brand new, fresh starts in the winter for you. But they're going to be slow. They're going to be delays. It's not going to be a quick change. It's going to be a gradual change. So just make sure that you are aware that when these changes begin, when these beautiful things begin to start, don't rush them. Let divine timing do what it's going to do and go and grow with the flow. Okay? Grow with the flow. I'm going to trademark that. I just made that up. I haven't heard it anywhere else. You heard it here first. Moving along, Gemini. Here we go. Gemini. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gemini, you first get the card of the coin. The coin is in reverse. This tells us in the spring, there are going to be things that, again, you will see some of the same cards come up, But it speaks about not being invested. Not invested in people, not invested in situations, not being invested in particular ideas and circumstances. It also says that there may be some money issues that start in the spring. Issues and problems. Remember, we haven't gotten there yet. We're still in the winter. So when your income tax come in, don't go buy a lemon, my baby. Don't go out to the car dealership and get you a lemon. Keep what you got. Keep what you got. Put it in savings. Part of it or something. But do not blow through your money this winter, because you're going to need it in the spring. You're going to need it in the spring. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. The next thing is the summer. You get the card of the egg. And the egg is upright. So it says that in the summer you would have healed from those things that may have troubled you in the spring. Okay? So understand that those things that may have troubled you, may have been issues, you're going to heal from. You're going to be fine. It talks about doing some healing as well. It speaks about physical healing. Again, that physical investment, making sure that you're physically good, but spiritually in other spaces you will also be good. It's about healing and taking care of those problems. The next thing is the card of the arrow. And the arrow is pointing upward, which tells us that in the fall for you, even more positive things are going to come your way. Things are going to become more favorable. Things are going to fall into your lap. Opportunities are going to present themselves. You're going to be able to be very lucky in the fall. And if you miss Gemini, you're going to have to go back and rewatch them. No, my dear, I'm doing Gemini right now. Just listen. So, anyways, it just speaks about all of this positive movement going forward, okay? Excuse this ambulance that is pretending like it actually has somewhere to go. I'm kidding. It actually turned down the road. I thought it was coming down. So the fall just brings a lot of positivity, a lot of positive growth. The spirits agree with the things you're doing. If there are plans that you have in the fall, do them. If there's ideas that you have in the fall, do them. If there's someone you want to propose to in the fall, do it. If it's a trip you want to take and you thought about doing in the fall, do it in the fall. For you, my Geminis, that would be ideal. In the winter, you get He reverse, which tells us that in the winter, people in places and spaces that depend on you will go without. It says that you're going to struggle in the winter to do what you need to do in order to provide for those that may be counting on you. I feel that this is going to be something regarding your financial space and career. I don't think this is going to be anything personal. But if it is something financial, it can affect your personal, especially if it's your professional career. So take that into account. All right, here we go. We now are at Cancers. Before we go into Cancers, I do want to encourage you again, if you are looking for a 2020 reading, 1 full year, 1 full hour each season from start to finish, top, middle, ending, all of that jazz. If that's what you're looking for, please go to thehoodooqueen.com, thehoodooqueen.com. I do all of those over the phone. You can also get your readings done in person. If you want them in person, go to conjuresouth.com. Also, speaking of conjuresouth.com, go to Conjure South and click on the link that says education so you can see all the wonderful classes we're having in the month of January. I gotta make an adjustment. Actually, I'm gonna put a date on that one, so I don't have to make an adjustment. But anyways, go check them out. Go check them out. Go check them out. Classes begin next week. Cancer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cancer, you get the card of the smoke reverse. The card of the smoke reverse tells us in the spring for you, take it easy. Don't get caught up. Don't get in an uproar about stuff. Where you see smoke, there is no fire. It's just steam. Okay? It's just steam. It's not a lot of issues and problems that you think that you may be having or that you anticipate having. Take it easy. Relax. Relax, relax, relax. The next is the card of quasi reversé, which is cross reverse. The card of cross reverse tells us in the summer there's going to be something that tries to separate you from your space. So if you are rooted in a space, when I say rooted, I don't mean roots been put on you, but when I say rooted, when I say you're founded, you're grounded, you are solid in a space, there's going to be something that tries to remove you, distance you from that rock, from that foundation, from that space of salvation even. Okay? There's going to be something or someone that's going to try that. So in the spring, you need to do the correct protection work to repel this thing, to protect what you have so that you cannot be separated from it. Binding work to your home, to your people, to your children, to your job, all of those things. So really making sure that you are binded to those things. In the fall, you get the card of the past. This tells me in the fall you are going to experience a past situation. Past issues are going to come up. Past matters. People from the past. Old flames. All of those different situations are going to be very fall related with you. Be prepared. When I see this card, I always tell people, this is a test. It's nothing more than a test. It is nothing more than Spirit saying, you say you done elevated. Oh, you say you done grew. Oh, you done went into this conscious state. Let's see how conscious and elevated you really are, okay? So, this is a space where you have to show the ancestors and the spirits to be, yes, I have. Old flame can come up, boy, bye, okay? Old opportunities come up that I really wanted to, old situation come up that you really want to, that you thought about doing in the past. It's an old opportunity. So let it stay old. Don't worry about it. Understand that you're in a different place. Understand you're in a different space. So don't worry about that. It's a test. So the fall is going to be a very testing season for you. The compass brings the winter. The compass tells us in the winter there's going to be some decisions, major decisions that you're going to have to make. You're going to have to make a clear yes or a clear no. But it also says that you will have the ability and the resources and the intuition to do so. Excuse me. So, just understand that in the winter, that's what you're going to be looking for. That's what you're going to be seeing. Some really clear decisions that have to be made. And let me make this clear too. When you don't make the decisions in your life, you can't be upset when life happens. Okay? Because life is going to happen. But if you don't make the proper decisions, if you don't act when you should act, you can't be upset with the way your life is because you did not do what you needed to do when it was time to do it. Like, make the decision. Leo. If there's any Leos in the house tonight, I'm going to need for you to hit that like button. Hit that like button, my baby. Leos, Leos, Leos. Leos. I got some things I'm gonna tell you. Let's see what these cards are gonna say. 'Cause I'm interested to figure this situation out. Okay? Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, seven, eight. Yeah. All right, baby. Okay. Leos, you start with imbalance reverse. The card of imbalance reverse says that your spring is going to be more fair. It's going to be more fair. It's going to be, things are going to balance and things are going to be restored. All right, Miss Greer, you're going to have to come by and see me sometime, mon cher. Mon chéri. But it talks about things becoming fair, things becoming easy, things becoming smooth, things becoming peaceful, things becoming blissful, understanding. So things that you may struggle with in the winter of 2019, moving into 2020, become smooth like butter. So from there, we get more deep again in the summer. Things are going to get rough. I think this is interesting. You get this cold, now you get this hot. This hot and cold thing makes me worry a little bit. But you get Maudit. Maudit is a card of curse. Again, it says that things get so bad you question whether you're cursed. It is a possibility that someone could throw something at you and also curse you, but let's not go there. Let's just say that things get so bad that you question that you may be cursed. What's going on? Why is my money tied up? Why is my relationship tied up? Why is my health going in the direction that it's going? Why does it seem I can't focus on my spiritual path and following? When these things come up, it is important for us to, again, in the spring, do that protection work, that repelling work, to keep us away from those people, circumstances, situations, ideas, events, and environments that no longer provide a service and that may be trying to speak ill against something. Be careful who you are around, because everybody ain't for you, my baby. Everybody that say they're on your team ain't rooting for you. Some people are there to see you fail, right? So with that being said, make sure that you are aware. In the fall, you get the card of the Scorpion. The card of the Scorpion says that you will be prepared in the fall. That opportunities are going to come back. So they were here, then they're gone. Now they're back, okay? Now they are back. Now that they are back, you are prepared to take them on. But this is the thing about it. In the winter, you get the card of the Great Reverse. The card of the Great Reverse tells me very easily, very simply. What time we got here? I'm running on an hour. I'll probably finish within 15 minutes. I think 15 to 20 minutes I'll be done. So the Great Reverse says that your blessings will come in once those opportunities come and you're ready for them. But they're not going to come in fast. They're not going to come in heavy. They're not going to just flood your life. They're going to trickle in, which is better. Because a fast entrance is a fast exit a lot of times. But when it trickles in, it's steady. It's steady, and then you have the ability to really move it as you want to move it and all of those things. So you're going to have steady blessings rolling in, but the blessings will come. And a large abundance of those blessings will not come in the winter, but you will be blessed in the winter without a doubt. All right, Virgos, if there's any Virgos online right now, please hit that like button. If this is your first time watching, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel. I got some really good videos coming up. I mean, we have some little like promo videos, but like videos that I'm gonna do about some really strong topics are going to be really, really good for the community and your spiritual path, no matter where you are in it, my baby. Virgo here is saying, one of the classes I'm really excited for is an aura, imagery, and healing class taught by Miss Madame Gail Baxwell. And she has this incredible machine that takes your picture and it shows your aura and all of like your aura frequency, where your third eye and the power of it during this time. We did it. You'll see some of it on a video that we've already made. I'll be posting it very soon. But that's a class coming up, I think February 1st. And if you can't make it to the class in person, she will be doing a 10 or 15 minute distance healing session with you. Virgo. Virgo, you start off with the past reverse. So this tells us that you really need to be preparing and looking towards and for the future in the soft spirit. It's important that the mirrors are completely covered because of particular things you don't want. Anyways, that's another video. So anyways, moving on. Virgos, the past reverse. This tells us you need to be prepared for the future, looking towards the future, making future plans, preparing, like everything regarding the future. Not looking to the past, only looking forward, only stepping forward, only everything about the future. I mean, that's just what it is. It's a preparation for the future. Thinking about the future, thinking about getting married, thinking about the children, thinking about a new job, all of those things. The summer is the card of the grapes reverse. The summer of the card of the grapes reverse says you're going to, again, which you already mentioned, small blessings trickle in for you in the summer. Small blessings. They're coming, they are there, but they're small. There is not an abundance of them, but it is a steady flow of them. In the fall, you are going to be presented with the shoe reverse, which tells us that you need to move, physically move. You are going to recognize, Virgos, that you are not in the right place physically. That's probably leaving your job, moving to a new house, Pause on me. Okay. Just making sure that I'm seeing what I think I'm seeing. All right. So, physically, you're going to have to move, or there's going to be a tremendous amount of traveling that's going on. But you need to be moving out of this space, whether it's your physical, professional space, or personal space. But it's about moving. It's about figuring that whole thing out, okay? In the winter, you get the card of poppy. You, my dear Virgos, get the poppy. The poppy is a card of confusion, a card of being disoriented, a card that talks about not having clarity, not having focus, being distracted. In the winter, you're the first out of all the zodiac signs, whereas the winter has been a little bit distorted. So this tells me that when it comes to the winter months for you, try your best not to engage or feed that space or place of distraction. I mean, it's just that simple. Really try to not allow yourself to get caught up in being distracted and confusing yourself. Be careful. What I just heard was, be careful of who food and drink. Be careful of the hands you take food and drink from. Okay? Be careful of the hands you take food and drink from, because these people could confuse you greatly, and that confusion can and will set you back in the short term and long run. All right, Libras. Are there any Libras here? If there are any Libras watching, please hit the like button. Please. How does song go? Oh, Tina Turner. Want somebody, please, please tell me what's wrong. You just a fool. You know you end up what you say. Hey, I may have to go watch what Love Got to Do with It tonight. No, I'm not. It is too doggone late. I'm not watching what Love Got to Do with It tonight. What am I talking about? Libras. That's a lot of words. So this is my current winter. I have a coworker always trying to give me food, and my memory has become cloudy in the past year. It has become cloudy in the past after she left in a cubicle. Oh gosh. I used the dirt from the last community service. I sprinkled it at my desk. So what has been the results of that? I think you may have made a post that she had not returned, or she hasn't come back, or something along those lines. How did that turn out? How did that protection dirt work for you? Also, too, you again be careful who you're taking things from. She has come by my desk less. Well, that's good. Get some ginger powder or ginger root. and add to it to see if it'll speed up and spice up the process. Libras, 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 Libras. The very first card you get is the card of the rooster. The card of the rooster says that for you in the spring, there are going to be some positive things come to you. There's going to be great opportunities come to you. They are coming without a doubt. Be ready. Be ready. Do not wait. Be ready. Do not wait. Be ready. Do not wait. You're not going to have time to wait. But great, wonderful things are coming for you this spring. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Okay? Are my lashes messing up? I don't feel that they are, but it sort of looks like they are. Virgo, I was associated with a friend who always offered food that was totally that I was totally against what was good for my health, so I cut the association. Oh, wonderful. Good job, good job, good job, good job. Aquarius was my second reading. Aquarius was my second reading, so you're going to have to rewatch the video, my love. Moving on. Libra, you did get the card of the compass reversed. The card of the compass reversed tells us that you're going to have some very strong decisions to be made in the summer that you are going to struggle with. You are going to struggle with some really, really powerful decisions. Some really, really strong decisions are going to come up for you. And so you have to really get into that space of discernment. Go into those answers to ask for their guidance, but also really working on your intuition and really making sure that that space, that sense, that power, that element of discernment for you is strong. So when it comes to making these decisions, you're not weighing back and forth. You're really clear on it, okay? In the fall, you get the card of the summer reverse, which means that there are going to be things for your fall that's supposed to happen, that you're supposed to experience, that you're supposed to be getting involved in, that you're supposed to be discovering, that's going to become delayed, which gets in the way of you actually achieving the things that you really want to achieve in the fall. Now, it shows delays of you of getting into these spaces and places, but it doesn't say that it's not going to happen. So just understand that in your fall, there are going to be things that you should be experiencing, but won't be able to experience. And it may come from that struggle of making the decision, yes or no, in the summer. In the winter, you are the second. They have gotten a card that has not been the most friendly, which is the card of the mask. The card of the mask is a card that literally brings us the information of people, circumstances, ideas, blah, 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 with ulterior motive or ulterior motives. Someone is not being honest, someone being disingenuous, coming about within the winter month. So, what you have to understand is this. If you are being vigilant in your faith, you will be warned. And when you are warned, then you need to act accordingly. When you see those red flags, when you see those signs, when you're having those dreams, when you're seeing the birds or the feathers or the beans and the greens and potatoes and all that stuff, whatever you're seeing is giving you these messages, abide by them, listen to them, don't dismiss them. Oh, I might dismiss my boo. Yes, indeed. So really be clear on that space, but also understand this is a space of betrayal. Your enemies can't betray you because they're your enemies. Only people you trust can betray you. So keep that in mind. Be aware of the people you think you can trust, not those you don't trust. The ones you don't trust gonna do you bad, gonna try to drag you, gonna try to do something. It's the ones you trust. Okay? Scorpio. Are there any Scorpios watching the video? Please hit that like button. Make sure that y'all have subscribed to this channel. Scorpio, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's so funny because when I asked these zodiac signs, people like or whatever else, I knew Scorpios was gonna lose their mind and everybody started posting. Y'all a whole different breed. I'm not even sure if y'all a zodiac sign at all. Y'all are just the most. The first card is the Hatchet reverse. The card of the Hatchet reverse tells us coming in the spring, you're going to have a difficult time letting something go. You're going to have to let whatever is no longer providing you service, whatever is hurting you, whatever is harming you, whatever is not being an asset to your worth, your value, what you're trying to do, you're going to have to let it go completely with one foul swoop. Otherwise, you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt yourself, you're going to harm yourself, you're going to injure yourself because you're holding on to the end where the blade is. You have to let go because it's only a matter of time. So in the spring, you're going to struggle with this. It is something that you need to do. Will you do it? I don't know. But it is a space that you have to let go. Otherwise, you're going to hurt yourself. It's only a matter of time. In the summer, you get the card of the Apple reverse. The card of the Apple reverse is a card that tells us that in the summer, there are going to be some things that come about, some things that happen that don't add up. They don't add up because they're not supposed to be happening. There's just going to be some really off the wall, backwards. This don't even look like any life that I've ever lived because it doesn't even belong to me kind of thing. That's what's going to happen. And understand that it's not supposed to happen. So these summer issues that you're going to go through, don't get comfortable in the chaos. Ooh, I like that. Don't get comfortable in the chaos because it doesn't belong to you. Don't get comfortable in the chaos. It doesn't belong to you. So whatever's happening in the summer, we have to figure out. I'll put it, so what I'm seeing right now is this. You're going to get involved in something you think that aligns with your purpose or that you think aligns with your ideal reality that isn't meant for you, that wasn't designed for you. So you have to literally make it very clear of what is designed for you, what is a part of my purpose, and sticking to that. Otherwise, you're going to get into something, invested in something that's going to go completely left. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. In the fall, you get the rooster reverse. The rooster reverse tells us that you are going to definitely, something in the fall will definitely be ending around you or surrounding you 100%. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There will be definite ending that will come. So for example, you had this issue in the summer. Whatever that is going to definitely end in the fall. It's not something that's going to keep going. So that's really beautiful. The only thing is this. In the winter, you get Poppy reversed. Well, no, Poppy upright. It's not reversed. The card of Poppy is a card of confusion. So in the winter will bring confusion to you. The winter will bring misunderstanding to you. The winter will bring unfortunate memories and situations to you. And just understand that that's where that is. This space of confusion, space of chaos. But we have to make sure that we don't give into that, and we actually be able to find a space of understanding if we wish to have a proper winter. Okay? Sagittarius, last zodiac sign. My zodiac sign. My zodiac sign. Let's see what shenanigans Sagittarius is going to pull. Sagittarius, if you are out there, my baby, make sure you hit that like button. Okay, my fire signs, I see you. I was hoping we was going to represent better than Scorpios, but your fire done burned out, I see. But it's alright. It's okay. C'est bon, d'accord. C'est bon. Call yourself a sage. Alright, Sagittarius. We first get the card of the arrow reverse. So, the arrow reverse tells us that in the spring there's going to be some definite things that we should not do. Should we do this? No. Is this going to happen? No. The answer should be no. If we have plans in the spring, we need to respond and react to it with the answer no. We need to make sure that we understand that there's going to be disagreements. There's going to be things against sort of what we're trying to do. We're going to find that. We're going to see that. There's going to be negations and negativity that may come with that. Okay? However, in the summer, we get the Rooster reverse. The Rooster reverse is a card that says those things are definitely going to end. Those disagreements, that confusion, whatever, it's going to end. It's going to go away. It's not going to... It's not going to continue on. But it also just speaks of there will be endings, definite endings surrounding our lives in particular ways. Not like in death, but just the ending of seasons kind of thing. And these would be seasons with people and environments and ideas and goals and other things. In the fall, we get the Raven. The Raven is a card, it's a spirit that focuses on protection. It says that moving in this fall that we need to make sure that we are protected, that we should continue to walk in that protection. It's the season of the ancestors, making sure that you are giving them what's needed for them to protect you and guide you. But it's about protection. It's just saying in the fall, protect your blessings. Protect them. Notice them. Protect them. Period. Okay? Last but not least, the winter, we get the full moon. The card of the full moon tells us in the winter we have to be aware of where our blessings are coming from and feeding those particular spaces and places. It also tells us that around the full moon in the winter, that we need to make sure that we have made a timeline with something. So whatever it is that we want to see manifest, whatever it is that we really want 2020 to bring to us, allow the winter to be that month, to be that time, and around the full moon for those manifestations to happen. Mademoiselle, Madame, Monsieur, merci beaucoup for joining me tonight. This is your 2020 Zodiac 3 readings. Take these notes with you. Literally see how they affect each season. I mean, literally, just stick them somewhere. I guarantee you. Again, I want to encourage you to get your 2020 full forecast reading, 1 hour reading with me with a conjure kit box, a 2020 conjure kit box of items. Go to thehoodooqueen.com if you want it over the phone, or go to conjuresouth.com if you would like to join me in person. I thank you so much for taking your energy and time this evening to watch. Be on the lookout for a couple of great videos. Go to conjuresouth.com and check out the classes. And if you want to do a private reading for me, again, over the phone, it's conjures at thehoodooqueen.com. If you want a over the phone reading, thehoodooqueen.com, give me at least 2 to 3 days to get back in contact with you via email. And then if you want a reading from me in person, go to conjuresouth.com. Give me about 2 days to get back in contact with you. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. À bientôt, plaisir. Until next time, à bientôt, no saying. Au revoir.